Well, I think the present-day team is gelling together very well, and I think the motivative on the field between McCall and the rest of them, they help one another, and they fight all the time for the ball. And even if they get behind, they're still not down like they used to be. They still keep fighting back until they get some sort of results, and they'll come out with the results. But I think, going back in years when there used to be Bobby Campbell and all that, and even up to the last time before the fire, when we were in the playoffs before, I think the team then, and thinking about them as a team then and the team now, I think there's not a lot in it. But I think since Jeffrey Richmond's come here, he's put a lot of money into the club, and he's took a lot of, especially Paul Joel, I think he's put a lot of support in him, bringing the team forward. And I think they will. I'm nearly positive now that they will go up. That's what my opinion is.
2-0 to Bradford.
And who's going to score?
Peter Beagray and Lee Mills.
So, who's your favourite players?
Lee Mills.
Lee Mills.
Yeah. Because he's fit.
He's got his fit. Now, can we sustain it, do you think, to the end of the season, league-wise?
We've been in this situation before and not, but I think we're good enough this time. You've got to be a bit cautious, because anything can happen. There's a long way to go, but we've got the class and we've got the players, and I think we've got a bit of money if we need it.
Yeah. Now, what's going on up at Newcastle today? Let's talk about today's game. Have you got a result in mind?
Well, I mean, I don't like to say just out of hand that City's going to win, but I feel as though if we play to our potential, we can really ruffle their feathers, and I reckon, yeah, we can certainly bring them back here.
Well, here I am at Valley Parade with about 7 or 8 minutes to go before the kick-off at St James's Park, and there's a expectancy now. People, it's full in the Sunwind stand as I look around, in the Symphony stand, and over on the far side in the Seba stand. Great expectation here at the Valley Parade, and hopefully the screen behind us will fetch the scenes from St James's Park, the home of Newcastle United. Tremendous cup fighters in the air, but everybody's got a feeling that Bradford City are going to do it today, or at least that they can fetch him back here for the replay a week on Wednesday. But the feeling here, you can feel that it's coming through everybody, and it's just like a match day. Let's hope that the lads can do it at St James's Park, that hopefully that the 2 games they had last weekend, last Saturday and last Tuesday, haven't taken too much out of them, but I don't think they will. I'm sure over at St James's Park the lads will give it their all and give the fans here, which must now be between 5,000 and 6,000, something to cheer about. So with only a few minutes to go, I'll leave you now for the action.
St James's Park. Special welcome to you if you're watching our coverage down at Valley Parade. I'll give you some team news first. We're looking at Gary Brady, who will make only his 2nd start for Newcastle United. For Bradford, it's same again. They're really fired up at the moment, 2nd in the table, of course, and with goal scorers aplenty, Lee Mills and Robbie Blake up front, really banging in the goals. There's Robbie Blake with 12 this season, former Darlington player. We know all about this part of the world, of course. It's Bradford to get us underway. This, of course, a rerun of the 1911 Cup final, which Bradford won 1-0 after a replay. And straight away, it's Bradford going into the attack. That was Robbie Blake looking to weave his way through. Tamuri Ketspire also retaining his place. And this is Domi, the comparatively new boy. It's not a bad ball forward though, but it didn't quite reach Shearer. Jamie Lawrence, former Sunderland player, will give Bradford width on the right. Babizas watching that one go all the way back for Shay Gibbon, who will opt for the goal kick. Babizas was marking tight again on Mills, but Blake has got away. The flag is down. Robbie Blake with a real opening here. What can he make of it? Ready for some support. He's got it through Mills. tremendous save that was by Shay Gibbon, and Bradford really had the chance to grab the initiative. Wally was up there as well after that great run from Blake Mills, couldn't quite control it, and Gibbon had to do something about it and did. Bradford's free kick. Darren Moore's gone forward. It's the big defender it's aimed at. They haven't got it away yet, Newcastle. Did well to turn that one on target. And Lee Mills claiming that it was his chest then that controlled that one. He was in very sharply then. The referee blew the whistle, but again, confident work by the Bradford central striker. Speed square to Haman. And Spire looking for Solano and finding him. Griffiths made an overlap, but Solano's going to hit it. Terrific shot and excellent save by Gary Walsh. Well, Solano often spells danger close to goal. That was a real swerver, and Walsh read it all the way and pushed it around to safety. Here's Mills now. Blake doing really well. That was a slick move. And it was Gareth Wally who was on the end of it, really getting up from midfield sharply. Mills doing well to get it into the middle. Again, Blake looking a real danger, pulled it back, knew that Wally had made the run, and he just couldn't hit the target. Although, to give him his due, was well positioned at that near post. Solano. Here's Ketspire now. Haman. Shearer. Ketspire, great run. Excellent save by Walsh, and it's fair. And it's a goal. And it's a first goal for Didier Haman. Newcastle snatch the lead after 32 minutes. Didi Haman getting the return ball. Ketspire, so much good work. Walsh seemed to have dealt with it, but it ran free, and Haman said thanks. Didi Haman. First Newcastle goal for the German, and this cup tie swings Newcastle's way. Solano. Getting his challenge in there to great effect. Good early ball. Brady is there. Moore is there. Walsh couldn't come out and gather it because of the bodies in the way. Haman looking for a second. Opens up room for the shot. Another good save by Walsh. Haman's got a good strike on him from outside the box. That was good work. Touch was good. And again, opened up the room. Always wanted to hit the shot. Walsh, good positioning and a good save. Against the woodwork, still not clear. It was McCall who came flying in. Well, they really will feel aggrieved not to have gone in level after the last minute or so. Mills in first and excellent position, and that header angled away from Gibbon and wrapped the woodwork. McCall flying in there, the skipper.
Now it's half-time here at Valley Parade, and that's it's half-time at St James's Park. Not good news for the Bantams fans, the fact that they are 1-0 down after a little bit of an iffy goal after 32 minutes. But Bradford City has certainly taken the game to Newcastle United, the Premiership side. There's one or two talking points, especially in the first half an hour when Lawrence was brought down by the keeper. Who knows, if it had been here at Valley Parade, it may have been a penalty. That was certainly a chance. Blake, every time he's had the ball, has been dangerous. Gibbon came to the rescue early on in the game when a combination down the right saw Blake trying to get the final touch, but the keeper got there first. But unluckily, after 32 minutes, after a save by Walsh, the Hammond, the German player, put the ball in the net, but Ketspire was well offside. But Mr. Durkee said, well, it was a goal and that was it. The atmosphere here, a little bit quiet after that goal, but it's been a good atmosphere. There's been a lot of boos and shouts and screams, and when Bradford City have been on the attack, you've heard the fans here really get going. You can hear the fans at Newcastle doing Bradford City proud. The half-time score at St James's Park is Newcastle United 1, Bradford City 0.
Both defenders have gone forward as well to add extra height. There's Moore getting up to it. Overhead effort there from Mills was a decent one. Moore getting the ball back into the middle. Good challenge again. Mills hooking his shot on target. Given dealt with it sharply. And Bradford resuming the way they finished the first half. And Blake's away here. He's got Mills in the middle. This is a really good opening for Bradford. And Blake had two options. And he almost split the difference. If he'd have pulled it a yard or so further back, it would have been in the path of Lee Mills. A yard or so further forward, it would have been in the back of the net. Excellent position, went for the shot, and you can see there on the edge of your picture the frustration felt by Lee Mills. That was an excellent opening, and Robbie Blake has looked constantly dangerous this afternoon. Spire knocking it on for Shearer. Now it's Shearer's chance to get through, and he makes absolutely no mistake. 2-0 Newcastle, and the England captain shows how it's done. Well, they've been talking about his form, or lack of it at the moment. Only 2 goals in 15 appearances since September, but once he got a sight then, meat and drink to the Newcastle skipper. Beautiful finish. That's a real body blow for Bradford City. Just when they should have gone 1-1, it's now 2-0 to the Premiership side. Charvet having to stretch then, Davizas being harassed by Mills. Shearer, the man knocking it through, Glass cutting his way through the middle. And again a dangerous break, Glass looking up for support, but it isn't there, and he still managed to get a testing effort in on goal. Forced onto the right side here. He may well have preferred to have got it back onto his left foot and improved the angle. Beagrie plays it in first time. The bounce wasn't very kind to Darren Moore. Oh, that's a good turn by the big man. And another good stop by Shay Given. And Darren Moore, for a really commanding physical presence, showed great lightness on the turn there to get away and in between the defenders. And he really belted it and Given out very quickly indeed. Spire finds himself played in now. Could this be 3-0? Still with Spire. That's an immaculate finish there, and that is Newcastle into the next round. Tamuri Spire finishing off Bradford City. Been a few one-on-ones in this game, but it's been Newcastle who've taken the chances when they've had them. Shearer, the initial work. That was Haman's really nice little touch through, and Spire away. Nice turn inside, and a really crisp finish. That's his 3rd goal of the season, and he looks mighty pleased about it as well. There are 4 minutes left in the game, and Spire has put this one surely well out of Bradford's reach.
Final scoreline at St James's Park was Newcastle 3, Bradford City 0. A bad result in the end for Bradford City, who I thought had the better of the first half, but the difference and what Bradford City are going to come up against it if they do get into the Premier Division was shown by the Newcastle team in the second half. They kept the ball away from Bradford City, who had to work for it, and then the turning point came 7 minutes into the second half, when just before that Robbie Blake had burst through, and with the goal at his mercy, or a chance to slip the ball sideways to Lee Mills, who for me I'm sure would have scored, but Robbie chose to have a shot wide, and from there the ball went to the other end. Alan Shearer, who'd had really one chance at goal, made it 2-0. So from a scoreline that could have been 1-1, Bradford City found themselves 2-0 down. And then, as I say, Newcastle took control, and Bradford City were forced to chase the ball for a lot of the time. But then they fought back, and 1 or 2 chances near the end, they forced given into a couple of good saves. The Newcastle defence stood solid, but then with about 2 minutes to go, Katzbauer, who for me was one of the best players on the field, with Bradford City pushing up, looking for a goal to get back into the game, was a little bit bare at the back. Katzbauer took his chance well, and as I said, the final scoreline was 3-0. The crowd here was rather quiet, but enthralled by the performance, which wasn't too bad, and at least I would say that possibly by the end of the game, that the 2 games they had here last week, last Saturday and on Tuesday, probably took its toll in the last quarter of an hour. But now they can concentrate on the league. So this is Keith Coates from what's 5,000 or 6,000 a few moments ago is now empty Valley Parade.